What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Today I have a very special icon-only episode. As many of you know out there that are frequent viewers of the channel, you know I love Icon. It's one of my favorite projects out there. There's no denying it. There's no hiding it. And the reason that I love Icon so much is despite the price, despite the bear market, despite all the FUD that goes on, they just put their head down, they keep working, they continue pushing forward. And what a lot of people don't realize is that Icon has been around a lot longer than most people think. Well, not in the form that we know it today, but Icon's parent, theloop, has been around for quite some time. They've established multiple relationships with many different enterprises. They have hospitals, universities, and many other different organizations on board already before Icon Foundation even got started. And that was what really drew me to this project initially. Now, theloop has recently rebranded to ICONLOOP, which we'll get into detail. But instead of focusing on the tech, because there's lots of videos out there, you can read all different, blog, medium posts, whatever you want about the tech. Today, I wanted to just sort of focus on the achievements and why I really still believe in Icon. And I definitely think we're going to see so much more from this project. And I am extremely bullish moving forward. So most of these articles can be found on their Medium. I'm not going to lie. So if you guys want to just go check them out yourself. But I decided to just compile the ones that I felt were the most important and present them in a bit of a slideshow for you right now. So that being said, let's get started. We're going to go from the beginning all the way forward. So let's take a trip back to January 29th. So we have an MOU between theloop and Cyberdigm. Now keep in mind, theloop at that time was still theloop, but now they're ICONLOOP. All right, so it says this cooperation will lead to a decrease in cost and simplification of the process. The contract platform can be applied in various fields, but the most actively applied sector is expected to be frequently repeated contracts such as rent or utility bills. The contract could be automated on the platform through smart contracts. So what is the significance of this partnership, or this MOU, which is a memorandum of understanding? If you're not familiar with that, essentially what that means is it's like the first step before an official contract type of thing, where they're just working together. So you're going to be hearing that a lot. So that's what an MOU is. But essentially, this is good because we know that cryptocurrencies don't have things like reoccurring payments, being able to pay your bill every day at the same time. So they're trying to bring this to cryptocurrency, and that's exactly the purpose of this MOU that happened back in January. Now, fast forward to the MOU between theloop and Smilegate Stove. So what is the significance of this? Well, Smilegate Stove provides platform services where game users, so this is referring to games, right? You can experience and buy various contents that have been created. The platform is operated as a C2C platform or customer to customer, enabling active two-way transactions between users. Smilegate Stove aims to create a new paradigm for the game ecosystem where there's no boundaries between the creators or the users. They hope to achieve this by building a decentralized platform using the blockchain technology so that the creators are guaranteed clear rights to their contents and users have unlimited access at sharing their contents. Now, we've seen a lot of other projects working on this as well. We've seen Wax, Engine Coin. One of the biggest issues in games is that the players, the users, do not tend to own their own data, right? Especially their own in-game items. So this is something that was an amazing thing that happened so early. I feel like a lot of people, now we're talking about all of these rights for people in their games, but look at what they were doing way back then. Moving on to the next big thing was the ICONex official wallet that came out where you could store your ICX tokens. They did the token swap, and it also holds every ERC20 token currently, and I'm sure they're planning on implementing more features moving forward. Not to mention, I forgot to even talk about the interoperability alliance between Aeon and OneChain and Icon as well. So that was a really great milestone moving forward. Icon essentially hyperconnect the world. That's their slogan. So the problem is that these other chains, they don't have the ability to communicate with each other. So what they're trying to do is help these other chains to communicate. Also dealing with businesses, they have private data. They have some data that they want public, some data that they want private. So this is where the ICONLOOP will also come into play. Another thing we'd like to talk about, this happened on April 4th. We had Chainsign, which is a blockchain-based contract platform developed by the ICONLOOP and Cyberdigm, was used during the signing of the MOU of the Seoul Fintech lab. So the signing was made without paper. Instead, tablet PCs were used with the blockchain-based contract platform. 33 companies and government office officials, including the Seoul mayor, Park, won soon using the blockchain contract platform. So that was very, very massive. Moving forward, I'm trying to do this as quick as possible because there's so much we have to talk about. So finally, we move forward to the MOU between the Loop and Adforth. So J.H. Kim, the CEO of the ICONLOOP, said, "We hope to provide an organic system where dApp projects are newly discovered and provided with marketing support, which will lead to the expansion of the ICON network." So for those of you who don't know, Adforth is the first company in Korea to host a blockchain demo day event named New Kids on the Block Chain, 90s throwback, right? They are also engaged in various business areas such as blockchain business education, marketing for dApp projects. Adforth also plans on expanding businesses areas to dApp projects, acceleration, and building new dApp projects with the cooperation of startups and conglomerates. So this happened on April 17th. Now, if we fast forward just a little bit, we have Icon and Adforth co-founding Deblock, the blockchain accelerator to discover, invest, and support blockchain projects. If you move forward another day, you see that they've also partnered with B Crypto. So they announced this strategic partner with Japan's first crypto fund to revitalize the blockchain ecosystem in Japan and abroad. So the introduction of B Cryptos, which was established in 2017, is Japan's first crypto fund to invest in ICOs and cryptocurrencies. It is supported by B-Ventures, a leading venture capital firm, and, drumroll please, QUOINE, Japan's leading cryptocurrency exchange. Massive, massive news, and we're just getting started. Now let's talk about Chain ID, the world's first blockchain joint authentication service. So after the Digital Signature Act of 1999, authentication methods for financial and other e-commerce transactions have been decided solely by government regulations. Only institutes authorized by the government can issue certified certificates, and a separate program must be installed on your computer by law for certificates to be used. So that's a little bit of the backstory. Now, let's fast forward to the significance of this technology and how we can use it. Well, Chain ID issues the joint certificate through the consensus of the node participants in the network. The joint certificate is already authenticated through the consensus of the nodes and can be used freely throughout the network without any additional authentication. The smart contracts will guarantee the integrity of the data, ensuring that the certificate is trustworthy and without the risk of being altered. This is a major, major step, especially for the fact that ever since we had this issue with the Digital Signature Act, we haven't really had something that would allow the average everyday person to utilize something like Chain ID. So that is just more moving forward as well. We have this tweet that came out. It says, webpage of ICONest, Icon's token launch platform is now open. So if we hop over and have a look, you can see clearly ICONest, you can create your own dApps, create your own tokens, whatever you want. So they basically have that platform now available for developers to build upon Icon. Also, they have the MOU between Assist, okay? So on May 10th, the Loop and Assist, which is Seoul School of Integrated Sciences and Technology, signed an MOU for Blockchain Education Alliance. The two parties have agreed to develop and provide blockchain training programs. Assist Business School created Digital Strategic Planning MBA courses, which specializes in strategic planning in digital technologies such as AI, blockchain, fintech, and digital marketing. Let's fast forward to the biggie. Now this one is a big one. So on May 14th, Icon and Line Plus, a global social platform with over 200 million monthly average users worldwide, has co-founded Unchain to build Line's blockchain network. Unchain aims to develop various dApp services while building synergies with Icon to expand the blockchain ecosystem. Now, I'm not sure if everyone out there realizes the magnitude of this, so I'm just going to take like 5 more seconds to explain why this is so amazing. Now, not only to mention the fact that they already have a platform with over 200 million monthly active users, but Naver is essentially the parent to Line. Naver is the equivalent of Google for South Korea. I just want to put that into perspective for you. This is massive. So dApp services discovered through Icon and Unblock, a subsidiary of Line dedicated to blockchain research and to accelerate dApp projects, will be integrated with Unchain. This joint venture takes blockchain and decentralization another step closer to being a part of our everyday lives. Fast forward to May 30th, we have ICON announcing a strategic partnership with TRIVE, a venture capital firm based in Singapore. The strategic collaboration, first of its kind in the venture capital industry in South Asia, is aimed to educate, equip, and empower the regional startup and blockchain community. So you could see that Singapore and Vietnam are at the center of blockchain innovation in Southeast Asia, and they say we are excited to work with TRIVE to further realize the full potential of blockchain in this region. Okay? Also, TRIVE invests in technology startups from the seed to Series A rounds of funding. The team has over 7 years of VC mentoring and advisory experience. TRIVE has provided more than 1,500 one-on-one advisory sessions, advising more than 800 startup founders and supporting 40-plus startups in various domains, including deep technologies, blockchain, artificial intelligence, data science, marketplaces, fintech, and we're just getting started. Moving forward, we have the loop chain technology to be applied to import customs clearance procedures for Korea Customs Service, guys. So a blockchain-based network is an excellent solution to streamline the customs process. From its initial order to import declaration, this can be done by running nodes across each part of the process, which includes e-commerce, shipping, and courier companies as well. So you have Korea Customs Service, or for short KCS, has applied blockchain technology in hopes to grow the direct purchasing of foreign goods. It takes too much time and money to report a small volume of e-commerce sales. As a result, KCS has taken the first step in establishing blockchain-based e-commerce clearing services with the goal of providing prompt and accurate data validation. When the blockchain-based e-commerce platform is established, it will not only lower logistics costs, but also mitigate the threat of illegal activities such as smuggling and false reporting. So this is something they are working with Korea Customs Service. You have to look at these projects that are working with the authorities, with the governments. You know what I'm saying? These are the ones that, although we don't like the centralization, right, where we don't like regulation, but you have to look at it. The ones that are probably working with the regulators, working with their country, is probably the one that's going to get adopted the quickest. And this is why I think that this is going to put ICON at the forefront of not only South Korea, but potentially, moving forward, it could be the entire world. Now fast forward a little closer, we have June 8th, so we have Deloitte. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but through this agreement, the Deloitte Startup Advisory Group will provide professional services for commercialization of blockchain-based projects through accounting, financial consulting, tax advisory, risk consulting, investment sourcing, and overseas advancement support. In addition, the two companies will continue to search for promising blockchain startups. I don't know if you've ever heard of Deloitte. They're pretty popular, very big. They're at a lot of blockchain conferences, I'll tell you that. Like, they generally have a booth somewhere in the corner. So this is a very amazing partnership coming out as well. Now we start moving into where ICON starts having actual ICOs get developed on their platform. So we had Blue Whale Foundation, and now we have a partnership announcement for Carboneum and ICON. So for those of you who don't know what Carboneum is, it's a decentralized infrastructure and protocol for social trading leveraging blockchain to promote transparency, automation, and a fair fee mechanism, which are missing in social trading system today. They say our team is an existing 500 startup-backed company which boasts a revenue-generating social trading app of over 680,000 downloads and a joint service with Line, there you go, with over 4.8 million users. Now, we also have a partnership with, I don't know if this is Bodhi or Bodhi, I don't know how it's pronounced, but essentially they've worked with this foundation as a decentralized prediction market platform that is native to the Qtum blockchain. Now, all right, prediction markets, prediction platforms, they're not the sexiest things out there, right? I mean, we've seen with Augur, kind of had its hype. Not a lot of people use it, but they are going to work together to enhance the prediction platform through interconnecting with other blockchains in the ICON network. The strategic partnership will strengthen the ICON community in China, which is good. This is expansion. We're getting out of South Korea, we're moving into other territories, and may lead to more collaboration with dApps on either platforms. So those are all really, I mean, I don't know how much more you guys want from a project. I mean, if this isn't, there are other projects out there. I'm not going to say that they don't. I'm not going to mention them in this video to keep it specific, but you know what? I'll mention them in this video. There's a lot of other projects, like, for example, you have VeChain. They've been doing a lot, Loom Network as well. But I'm sticking to ICON. This is an ICON video. So we have June 22nd, The Loop and Kyobo Life signed an MOU to build a next-generation blockchain insurance platform. Last year, Kyobo Life and The Loop collaborated on blockchain-based smart insurance claims, and this MOU signifies the continued effort to build out the platform. So, just a little bit as a reference, in April 2017, the Loop launched smart insurance claims service using the Loop's blockchain engine LoopChain with Kyobo Life. The smart insurance claims service received a positive response from Kyobo Life clients as it mitigated the hassle of submitting a receipt for medical expenses, obtaining a copy of medical records, and submitting an insurance claim to the user via fax, internet, office visit, etc. Now, I'll tell you right now for a fact, this is something that I can attest for in my real life. My dad, he has an issue with doctors, right? It's a pain in the ass for him. He tells me, like, I submit it to one doctor, then I got to submit it to another doctor, but then sometimes I don't want this doctor to know that I went to that doctor, but it's just a pain. It's a pain, paperwork, filling things out. Same thing happened to me when I came back from Singapore. I had to go, they had me fill out all this paperwork and to check for immunity, blah, 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 and it's just such a pain in the ass. So that's just another really great thing. Then you had their big announcement that came out. This was their announcement that mentioned the Loop rebranding. So this is why I've been referring to it as the ICONLOOP. So they thought that this would be better to keep the branding, to keep it more focused, So now you have the Loop is officially ICONLOOP. And one of the biggest things, I think the most important, is the $5 million ICX repurchase program. So they're actually going to buy back tokens off of the exchanges. So this is from Min Kim. He says, ICX repurchase program is a great way to give back to our community as well as reinforce confidence in our own project. So he says, in these times of uncertainty, obviously referring to the bear market, we want to make it clear that our interests are fully aligned with our community for the long term. So that is something really awesome. Buying back tokens, showing community support, hopefully helping to increase the value, right, of the token. That's part of the idea. And then literally a day later, what are we blessed with? ICX Ledger support. So you can now hold your ICX tokens directly on your ledger, which is what I am doing at this moment in time because I am a firm believer in the ledger and a firm believer in hardware wallets. So great news for people like me who like to keep their ICX or tokens off the exchanges, right? Guys, don't keep them on the exchanges. So then you also have the Icon Developers Portal beta that got launched. So there's not really too much I need to say about this, but essentially they launched their portal for beta launch, which actually I'm going to mention a little bit later. But moving on to the next thing, the Icon Foundation says that they're proud to sponsor the PyCon Korea 2018. This is the largest Python programming community conference. This is coming up soon, I believe, which is held, this already happened. This already happened. So yeah, but they did sponsor that. Then you also have ICONLOOP technology to be applied to the Digital Plaza for Small Business program. Now, if you don't know what this is, it says that the small business is an important sector of the Korea economy, representing 7 million people in Korea and 40% of the country's employment. However, this sector has been experiencing a crisis due to competition from large companies. So Digital Plaza for Small Business is a program that facilitates trading, smart contracts, financial services, and policy support to enhance the competitiveness for micro enterprise owners. Of course, they are going to also be using the Chain ID as well. So yeah, these are just more things that they've been doing. Coming more close to, now we're getting a lot closer to today's date. So from Min Kim, you have, here you go. Communication is so yesterday. We need in-depth reporting. The first dedicated news site for Icon Republic, the ICONest, aims to be the New York Times of the Icon Republic. As you can see over here, here's the website. And one of the first articles they have scrolling down is this right here. And I just wanted you guys to look at this. Look at this ecosystem right here. I mean, look at all of these connections. We have Kyber Network, Uchain, Line, Blue Whale, Airblock, Deloitte, Smilegate. Here's ICONLOOP. Now, this extends even to things you have Samsung, WAN, E4. I mean, guys, it's insane how much Icon has achieved in literally, well, not including what the Loop has done previously, but in an 8-month period. I mean, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what have I accomplished in 8 months? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to judge? And look at what these guys are doing. It's absolutely amazing, knocking it out of the park. Then we have this coming out August 17th. It says, hello from San Francisco. We are excited to officially launch ICX Station, a global accelerator program sponsored by the Icon Foundation. ICX Station will have hubs known as launch pads in major cities around the world, with the first location being the San Francisco launchpad. They say now it's time to start building, and ICX Station will help lead the future of blockchain-based businesses running on the ICON protocol. So all this technology is going to go through a hype cycle. They understand this. They know that cryptos are going to get pumped. People are going to get bored. Things are going to flatten out. These projects are now going to need help. They're going to need incubation. They're going to need help going out there developing, right? So the ICX Station team, they say they're not short-sighted. They truly believe in the disruptive potential of blockchain technology, and they understand that they need to keep themselves grounded in reality and look at projects with practical use cases and those that support the blockchain infrastructure that we're really all trying to build here. The next thing, huge, voting on the blockchain. This is one of the best use cases in my opinion. Straightforward, to the point. So now you have the ICON Foundation. They say they're proud to announce that ICONLOOP was selected by IamCloud as the blockchain technology consultant for building the next generation election system based on intelligence information technology. So if we scroll down a little bit, you see that through this cooperation, the NEC and NIA, ICONLOOP is exploring the application of blockchain technology throughout various election systems, including candidates, registration, voting, and ballot counting. Additionally, ICONLOOP is presenting its blueprints to improve voters' convenience, transparency, fairness, and privacy by utilizing blockchain in current remote election systems for Korean nationals and voters residing abroad. This is insane. Moving on. We also have ICON partnering with CertiK, or CertiK. I don't know how they pronounce it nowadays. It used to be CertiK. Then I've heard some people say CertiK. Anyway, what's in a name? So they've officially partnered with them, and this is extremely important because it leads to more security on the ICON ecosystem, as dApp's projects launching on ICON will soon have the ability to submit their scores. This is the ICON score, SCORES. You can look into that if you're confused what that means, to CertiK for almost entirely automated smart contract audit. Now, this is really important because smart contract auditing is extremely important. We've seen, even with what Binance had recently, QuantStamp had to come in and order that. You know, Neo, they have Red Force Sec with Eric Zhang, right? Very, very important. We need to look at these contracts, check them out, make sure there's no bugs. You don't want to like open Pandora's box and just let these contracts go out in the open. People could lose money. There could be backdoor entrance. There's all these different things that you have to worry about, especially, and we know like all code has bugs. All code has bugs. I mean, even when you update software on your phone, right? Usually a couple days later, it's like, oh, hey, bug fixes, right? And you got to download the patch. Very common. So this is going to be excellent moving forward for ICON as well. Then we have the ICONLOOP demonstrated to Seoul blockchain platform. So the ICON Foundation is proud to announce that ICONLOOP has been selected as an operator of Seoul's standard blockchain platform for Seoul blockchain demonstration projects, directed by Oracle, which is commissioned by the Seoul metropolitan government. So what's the significance of this? Well, ICONLOOP will apply LoopChain, their self-developed blockchain engine, to Seoul's blockchain standard platform. This is going to be used for used car trading systems, mobile voting systems over the next 6 months as well. Also, verification business is planned for services closely related to citizens living, such as citizen card, mileage integration, subcontract payment, and others as well. And in most recent news, we also have ICON Score Development Suite T-Bears tutorial. So T-Bears is essentially a development tool for Score. You can code and test your smart contract locally. And when you're ready, deploy Score onto the ICON network from command line interface. T-Bears also provides a project template for Score to help you start right away. And that brings us to today. As we speak, I hope you guys understand that I've just seen so many people complaining about the price, saying about the token going down. I mean, guys, ICON went ICO for 11 cents. It saw an all-time high of over $12. It had a 110% increase from those that invested in ICOs. It was insane. It was overly exuberant. And when you look at everything else that was going on with the market, Bitcoin topping out at 20 plus K, all the retail investors coming in, followed by all the FUD that came out following South Korea. They had their FUD, and then we had the tax season with all that issues. Then we had the SEC coming out with their regulations. We've had a lot of FUD this year, guys. And now here we are, currently at the time of making this video. It's August, and yeah, ICON still going out there, doing what they're doing, signing those MOUs, making those deals, talking with the governments, spreading awareness, incubating these different projects. So when you really look at it, you have to ask yourself, who really is the project out there that's truly trying to hyperconnect the world? My vote is Icon. And that's why I'm extremely bullish. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's it. I just wanted to bring you up to speed and let you guys know. I mean, you could say what you want. You could call me a shill. Guys, listen, I stand behind good tech. I've stood behind Icon. I've stood behind them all the way up to 20K, and I've watched them fall, or not 20K, all the way up to 12 and all the way back down. And to me, price doesn't matter because the fundamentals of this project and what they're doing is so much bigger than price, and it's so much bigger than, pointless banter on Reddit, okay? These guys are out there. They're doing something. The Loop has been around. They've had established partnerships. They've rebranded to ICONLOOP to create more of a complete brand. And I can tell from the recent interviews that I've seen, especially from Min Kim and other foundation members, it's project serious. It's project serious. So not financial advice. Do what you guys want. This is just a video to explain all the things that have been going on. And honestly, I didn't even touch on everything. There were a lot of, minor notifications and news articles that I just skipped over because they really weren't even that important. So that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. That's why I believe in Icon. That's why I hold Icon. And that's why we could potentially see another 10x in my opinion. And yeah, I consider this to be a solid portion of my portfolio moving forward. And I can't wait to see what else comes out of the Icon team. And Min Kim, I'm going to get you for an interview soon. You better watch out. I'm coming for you, Min. So that being said, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Thank you so much for everybody that's been liking, subscribing, commenting, everyone that's been coming back to the channel. I love you guys. It means so much to me. That being said, until next time, stay crypto and peace out.